Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Drake back at it again. Hit that like and subscribe button. This video, I want to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's strictly passing the Asvab. My journey on it. So it's more of a motivational and encouraging video to hopefully inspire you guys, whoever is trying to get into the military. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. So my journey on passing the ASVAB, been wanting to go ever since I was like 16 years old. I turned 18, but let me backtrack. Didn't graduate high school. Did not graduate. So they withdrew me from school. So didn't even graduate. So I turned 18, took the test, and I scored the 7. The practice test at the recruiting office, scored a 7. And I was like, dang, I was hurt. And then 19, I went to Job Corps. And when I went there, they had a paper test. The recruiters came out to the center and they gave us a paper test, and I scored a 7 on that. Now, during that time, I was trying to get my diploma, and it's kind of complicated. But I got my diploma, but I didn't necessarily earn it. He gave it to me, you know. So it's basically like having a painting certificate, and you don't really even know how to paint. You just have the certificate, you know. That's basically what that diploma was. Like, the dude literally just gave it to me. Like, I didn't even earn it, you know. So years go by, and now I'm 28 at this moment, and I decided I want to take the test seriously and study for it. So I went and I took the test again. This time I studied, really studied for like a week, and I went up there to take it and I scored a 17. So I was a little pumped up. I was like, okay, there we go. We moving somewhere. Um, and I'm moving too fast, but let me back up. You know, granted, I didn't graduate high school. Granted, I did get my diploma from Job Corps, but I still didn't have the education. I don't know why I felt like in my head, please, I mean, call me whatever, but I thought for some reason in my head, just because I had a diploma, that I would pass this test, but not having the knowledge, still not having the education. So when I went in and I scored 17, it put me at a state to where I'm like, okay, yeah, I have my diploma. Yeah, I didn't have the education, but I knew that I could gain it. So it was like, it's basically you have to work hard in any and everything you want to do. Some things you just can't bullshit. You can't half-ass it. You know what I mean? You gotta just go all in with it. So okay, boom. So now I'm 28 at this point, trying to pass the ASVAB, and I'm studying hard. I'm trying to do as much research as I can and look up, resources. And I'm hearing about Andy, and then, I didn't really go into his program. And then I heard about Fernando, and I actually signed up for his class. I took his courses, and he's good, but some of the stuff didn't register for me. And I know he helped a lot of people pass, like thousands of people pass. And, it was just some of his stuff wasn't really with the math. It wasn't registering to me. I wasn't getting right away. But his words are good. So I'm not gonna lie, if you are seeking resources, Fernando, check out his course. He's definitely a good resource, you know. But he wasn't really working for me, so I was looking like, where else can I go? Where else can I go? And then I found the main thing that helped me. It helped me, and I encourage you to try it as well. Grammar Hero on YouTube, and I'm gonna repeat that: Grammar Hero. This dude is the truth. Everything on his videos is strictly ASVAB related. Like, every type of math problem, every scenario like that has to do with math, he goes over it, he explains it, he expounds on it, he tells you why it's this answer, he tells you how to go about all of these problems, as well as word knowledge and science. He goes over all subjects of the ASVAB. So I was studying him, and I was picking up, doing real good. I was doing good, and I'm like 2.5 months studying at this point, and then they come out with this offer to where GED holders can get in the army with a 31. I didn't know if it was real at first. Mind you, I got my diploma in Job Corps, but the military was classifying it as a GED. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, I gotta get a 50, and I'm like tests is not for me. I hate tests. Like it's not for me. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So when I seen the deal with the 31, I contacted a recruiter to see if it was true, and they said that it was. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I studied for like another week, and then I went to MEPS and took it, and I went so quick because I didn't know how long the deal was gonna last. So I wanted to get there ASAP. So I never forget. I went to MEPS for the first time. This is like me literally going to MEPS, not the paper test. I'm going down to MEPS. I'm taking the real thing at the computer adaptive test, whatever. So I'm in there and I'm taking the test, and I felt good. I felt confident. But as soon as I got on the test, my confidence just went down. Like it's crazy that the Asvab, this I'm telling you, it can do it to a lot of people. It can do it to the best, and I never forget that when I was doing my test, and I looked over at this guy. I shouldn't even been looking, and it's not like I can cheat or anything like that, but I happened to glance at his computer, and it looked like the most difficult problem, on the test with the math, and he was working it. And then I look over at my screen, and I have the most easiest problem. Like literally, it looked so easy, but I could not solve it. I felt so hurt. My confidence went extremely low from then, and then I ain't gonna lie, I kind of my confidence was so low that I damn near just didn't care anymore. But I was still trying to keep my head up, and um like I said, I was doing it, and then I was done. I went to get my results, and he told me that I scored a 25. Hurt. Y'all don't even understand how hurt I was. Like, all I ever wanted to do was just go in the military, serve my country. At least that's been always one of my dreams. And I'm 28 years old at this point. This is, matter of fact, just May, a few months ago, So I'm like, dang. So I took 2 days, and I wasn't, really too eager to study, but I knew I didn't want to give up either. But it was weird. So the second day, I didn't study for like 2 days, But let me just say, to even score 25 is like freaking great for me, because mind you, I just scored a 7 back when I was 19 and 18, and then even when I took the practice test, just March, I scored a 17. So I'm like, I've improved significantly. Significantly. I'm sorry, I can't even say the word, but I've improved so much already. So as I thought about that, I was like, I've proved so much. I've came so far from a 7 to a 25. I began to analyze and reassess the test, and for some reason, I was remembering all of the questions that I was actually encountering on the test. So as I was remembering everything that I've encountered, I was still reassessing the test, and then it hit me, and I began researching YouTube, all kind of sources, to actually see how to go about these problems, and what can I do, what shortcuts can I find, so that I can work these problems out. Because honestly, like I said, I didn't really have uh the best education. I didn't have the best higher level of that. So I really had to start from ground up. I had to really learn math. I had to learn something that I truly never learned in school. So, you know, it actually and it began to grow, it began to grow from there, and I was just so in it. I was in his face, it was in my face. I was in me and math, we were going at it. Like that's all I can really say. As soon as I wake up in the morning, you know, I'm in this phase, I'm studying. I'm at work, I'm in the math phase where I'm studying. And before I go to sleep, I'm studying. Like my lady even told me once in my sleep, I was saying math. I was saying 15 divided by 65 or something like that. Like it was that serious. I was literally on the math. Like you have no idea. Like I was literally studying it. I was on it. Like I did not want to give up. And like I said, I just kept going. And Grammar Hero again, like he really, really helped me. Like, oh man, thank you, Jesus, like for Grammar Hero. Thank you, Jesus, for you in general, and thank you, Grammar Hero, because I would have not have made it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I literally had to study. Like, if you want it, you have to study. You can't half ass it. Like, you you can't have do it. You have to stay on it until it's done. And like I said, when I failed in May 25, I had to wait 30 days. And mind you, they still had to deal with the whole getting a 31 to get in with a GED holder. So I still want to take advantage of that. And my 30 days was finally up. I actually waited 30 days, 1 month and a week. 30 days, 1 week. I waited. Because my recruiter ended up having a cold, so I had to wait another week, which was cool because I ended up studying more, so it really helped me out. So then I went back to MEPS for the second time, and when I tell y'all, it wasn't me wanting to pass. It was a situation where I needed to pass. And everyone's situation is different. Everyone has their own problems or situations in life, and I was at a point where I needed to pass. It was not a want for me anymore. I've been wanting it ever since I was 16, 18. Now I'm 28 and I needed to pass. Like I needed, oh my gosh, I needed it. So when I went into MEPS this time, I wasn't playing no games. Like it was to the point I already knew the routine, I already knew where to go, I already knew what to read. I'm like, get me to the computer so I can take this test. Like I'm ready to go to war. Like it was on some of that. I went from being intimidated with this test to now ready to go head on with it. It was a whole nother ball game. It was a whole different battlefield at this point. So when I went in and take my test, like I said, I wasn't really on trying to, like I said, I wasn't trying to look on anybody's computer, like, and feel that I didn't want to bring myself down again. I was like, this time I'm staying in my computer, I'm staying focused, I'm staying confident, I'm not losing my confidence, and I'm gonna keep my head up until it's done. And even when I walk out, my head will be high. First time I walked out, my head was low. It was very, very low. Like I was sad. I'm not gonna lie. I cried. Like I cried a few tears, like, cause I wanted so much. Like, what I'm saying? I need it. So when I went in my second time, it was like I said, it was a whole different ball game. Like I didn't want to talk to nobody this time. I wasn't friendly. I was like, get me to the test. So I took the test, and I'm not gonna lie, my confidence got low for a second, but I had to pick it back up. And I stayed in that test. Like I said, I was on it. I was really trying to figure out the problems. The time was actually on my side, so I had time to really work out some problems. I had time to play with it. And this is another thing with the math. If y'all struggle with it, if you don't necessarily know the problem, know it enough to where you can at least play with it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by that. You have multiple choices with the test. You know what I'm saying? So you may see a problem and you may not necessarily know what it is, but you may have an idea, and therefore you're now able to play with the problem. You're able to do a little finessing with the problem. You're able to think of scenarios on how to go about it. So you may not know the exact way to go to approach the problem, but you got a couple of ideas in your head to where how you can play with it to find an answer. And that was like with me, honestly, like there was a lot of questions on there that I hard down just didn't know. I had to play with it, and that works too. Like trust me, playing with the problem works if you don't know it. And like I said, the multiple choices, it makes it easier for you to actually play with too. So use that, you know what I'm saying? Like finesse the problem. Like that's another tip that I want to give y'all. When you taking the test, finesse the problem, play with it. If you don't know how to do it, but you got an idea or you think you have an idea, play with it. That's what that paper and that pencil's for. Use it. Like, I don't use about 2 3 scratches of paper front and back filled with math, so like I said, I'm not a good test taker. Like, tests has never been my thing. Like, I absolutely hate tests, So as I was doing my test this time, the second time around, I'm playing with it. I'm playing with a lot of problems. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot that I had to play with, but I was figuring it out though, so I'm done with the test. I let them know I'm done. I go to the front, to the reception or whatever to get your score. There was a guy in front of me. He just finished right before me, matter of fact, and we had to sit down for a sec. Then he called us up, and he asked for our last four. The guy gave it to him. He was in front of me. He told him a 16. When he said that to him, my heart kind of dropped. I am not gonna lie. I was like, I'm like, if he told this dude a 16, what is he gonna tell me? Like, so that's what I was on. And then I went up, he asked for my last four, I gave it to him, and he told me I scored a 40. And when he told me, I grabbed his hand and I shook it. Like, I damn near ripped his arm off. He looked up, was like about to punch me in the face, like, what the hell wrong with you? And I was like, I'm sorry, I had to apologize. I was like, I was so happy. Like, I could not believe he told me that. And granted, 40, I get that it's not the most highest score, but to me, that was 100. To me, that was golden for me, because I never thought in a million years I'd pass this test. I never thought I'd achieve it. I've been wanting to achieve it since I was 18, 16 years old, And here I am, 28, just passing the test. It's never too late, like, there's the military has certain ages, like you can be in your 30s and you can still do it. So if like, world, if you are out there and you looking at this video and you're in your late 20s or early 30s and you still want to go to the military, do it. Take the test, study. I'm not gonna lie, it takes discipline. You have to discipline your mind. You gotta discipline yourself at heart to want it. Like, it wasn't easy. The studying wasn't easy. There was a lot of emotions. Like, I'll be studying, I'll study and I'm the type that pause the video and do the problem and then watch them do it. And I think I have it right, and then I play it and I have it wrong. I throw the pen to the wall. I be cussing like like, I be, like, there's gonna be a lot of emotions on your journey. You're gonna go through a lot of obstacles just studying alone. But when you really think about it, passing the Asvab is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Like, this is nowhere near, it's nowhere near, how can I put it? It's the least challenging thing from the military, now that I realize, and I'm just so thankful. I thank God. I thank you, Jesus Christ, is my Lord and Savior, because I just, y'all have no idea. I didn't see it happening for me. And, gotta show y'all the logo, Army, you know what I mean? Like, it's a dream come true. Like, it's really a dream come true. And honestly, as I'm even making this video, it's like I used to fantasizing, making a video on passing the ASVAB, encouraging others to just to do it, to go after it, like. And granted, I know this video is long, like, but I don't even care. This is more of a story time video because I really want to touch people out there that's been trying to pass it, but the ASVAB has just been holding them back, the studying and the math. And I just want you to know it can happen. Like, it happened for me. Like, if you even, like, I told you a lot of the story. Like I said, I didn't even have education. My diploma was basically handed to me. I wish he made me earn my diploma, but he didn't. He just gave it to me, and I wasn't better off at all. And it just goes to show me also that I can't cheat my way through life. I can't cheat my way through life. Like no one can cheat their way through life. Certain things you're gonna have to face head on. And it's honestly on you if you really want it. It's you have to willingly want it. Like yeah, like I said, you're gonna get frustrated. There's gonna be a lot of emotions that goes on, but at the end of the day, you have to keep in your mind that you can do it. Like it can be done. And guess what? I still plan on retaking the test again. Excuse me. I'm gonna reclass and test again and get the job that I really want. Oh, and if you want to know my MOS, it's gonna be 92 Alpha. Which is not even a bad job. It's not even a bad job, but my dream job is 15Q. That's the one I really, really want. So that's why I'm gonna go for it. So like I said, I still got more obstacles. Like ship out for boot camp. Matter of fact, this Tuesday. Monday I go back to the hotel. And I'm gonna make another video as far as my NEPSET physical. That's a whole nother video itself. But yeah, so it's just hard work really pays off, y'all. I studied my ass off. Like I was in the books. I was really in the books. And honestly, it's just y'all just have no idea. It can be done. It can be done. It's rather or not you really want it. You have to ask yourself if you really want it. Yeah, you can tell yourself you really want it, but do you really want it enough to go through it? Because nothing you really want in life is easy. Most of the things we want in life is not easy. We're gonna have to go through some things. And as I sit here before you making this video with the army shirt, I'm a living witness. World, I am a living witness. It can happen, and it will happen. You just gotta keep going. You gotta study. Stay persistent in it. Stay. It's about consistency and discipline. You have those two right there. You're guaranteed to pass. You have nowhere else to go but up. So again, this video was more so to inspire, to motivate, and to encourage people that's in a predicament like I was, that just could not get this test, could not pass this test. It is possible. Like I said, I am a horrible test taker. I'm so freaking horrible at tests. It's like I tell you know, and I passed it. Like anybody can pass it. I'm telling you, anybody can pass it. And me personally, I was just hoping I get a 31. I was just like, just tell me I passed. Like, I don't even care about whatever after the 31. I'm like, just give me that. And not saying that I'm trying to settle or anything. I just know how difficult it is for me as far as tests. So when they told me I exceeded over 31, I was like, oh wow, I was just shocked. And it let me know that I can do anything that I ever want. I can do anything I want to do. I just gotta put my mind to it, discipline myself, and also show consistency. And again, I'm just so freaking proud of myself. And it's gonna be a new chapter in my life. Like my hair, yeah, my dreads, they're gonna be gone. And like I said, like it's all worth it. I always said I was willing to cut my hair for one reason and one reason only, and that was for the army. I said that was the only reason I ever cut my hair. And you know, I'm willing to cut my hair in exchange for a career, to be in that army suit, and to just live my dream. I'm willing to let my hair go for that. So it's like that's nothing for me to honestly even think about. But again, y'all, like I just want to really just encourage y'all, motivate y'all. Please do it. Like I said, I don't have all the intelligence, but I'm gaining more and more every day. You know, honestly, me studying for the Asvab has helped me a lot. It's helped me gain a lot of education that I didn't have before. I can now actually say that I have a 12th grade level education now. I can actually, you know, I don't know, like it's not how it was before. I actually have a little. I I have a little momentum going with it now. I have a little more knowledge than what I had before, and which is a blessing. So yeah, I definitely made this video too long, but I don't even care. Like, as long as I can help someone, and just to know that I help someone, that's good enough for me. So y'all, it can happen. Just stay positive. It's gonna get roughed. Again, stay positive. Keep going. Don't stop. Study, study, study. Pass that Asvab. Get in whatever branch it is you want to get into, and you know it can happen. It can be done. And as I say always, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's just real. Like, but I had to believe that though. I really, really had to believe that, people. And, just like I said, keep going, like keep scribing. Like I said, I still got a lot of scribing to do. I'm This is just only the beginning. This wasn't even the hard part. For me, it was hard, but it's gonna be more harder parts that come. There's gonna be even more tougher obstacles that come my way. So I have to be ready, and again, I just gotta keep scribing. I gotta keep myself disciplined. I have to keep um the consistency going. And again, if you out there and you're trying to go to the military and the ass valve's holding you back, man, get off your butt, study, work your butt off, and pass the ass valve as possible. Again, my name is Drake. Hit the subscribe button, like button. More videos of the military will be coming out. Like I said, I'm gonna do another one. Far as my MEPS physical, the physical part, and I know that there's a lot of videos that are the same thing, but I feel like everyone experience is different. And with me, I want to try to give you all the nitty gritty details that I possibly can. I don't want to leave nothing out with you all. So if you have any questions on the ASVAB, please comment. Um, please hit me up on my Instagram. Is Draco Glide, Facebook Draco Glide, and like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here. Like I said, I just want everybody to pass because it's possible. I'm not wishing on anybody downfall. So again, if you have questions, just ask, hit me up, or just comment below. You know what I mean? I'll definitely check them daily. But again, good luck to you guys, and I'm out.